Hello everyone. Today we shall learn infinite product. Just like infinite series. As in the infinite series, it was the sum of infinite terms. In the infinite product, it is the product of infinite factors. Written in a particular order. In a particular order or particular pattern is called an infinite product. Okay, that is, if n is a sequence of real numbers, is a sequence of real numbers such that then the product a1 into a2 into a3 and so on, somewhere it is an and so on. Since the number of terms are infinite, so this is an infinite product and it is denoted by, the product is, as the series was denoted by summation, product is denoted by pi an, n varies from 1 to infinity, or simply pi an. Okay. Next, we shall study the convergence of the infinite product, but before that we shall form the sequence of partial products. As in infinite series, we have discussed the sequence of partial sums. Here we shall be discussing about the sequence of partial products. Okay. So if pi an, n varies from 1 to infinity, is an infinite product. Okay, then the sequence Pn, here P obviously denotes the product, as in Sn the S denotes the sum. Okay, so in Pn it denotes the P for product and N for nth term. So Pn means the product of first n factors, that is Pn is a1 into a2, just the product of first n factors. Okay, this Pn is called nth partial product. Nth partial product. This an is called nth factor. An is nth factor of the infinite product pi an. Okay, and this sequence Pn is called the sequence of partial products. Okay, now the product of infinite terms, if it is finite, we say that the product is convergent. If it is infinite or 0, we say that the product is divergent. And in case of 0, if there are certain cases, first case, if none of the factors a1, a2 and so on up to n is 0, if none of the factor is 0 and limit n approaches to infinity, Pn is P is finite and non-zero. Okay, if none of the factor is 0 and limit n approaches to infinity, Pn is P, finite and non-zero, then we say that the product is convergent and converges to P. Okay, if limit n approaches to infinity, Pn is 0, none of the factors is 0 but the limit is 0, then we say that the product diverges to 0. And if limit n approaches to infinity, Pn is infinity, we say that the product is divergent to infinity, right? Okay, so keep in mind, if the limit is 0, even then the product is divergent, but here none of the factors is 0. and limit n approaches to infinity Pn is infinite, we say that it diverges to infinity. Now the second case, when only finite number of factors are 0. Okay, only finite number of factors are 0, and after removing that factors which are 0, the product converges to a finite and non-zero limit. We say that again the product, however it is 0, but we say that the product is convergent because only finite number of terms are 0. That was the second case. If the finite number of factors, means suppose a2, a7, a9, only 3 factors are 0, and removing these factors, the remaining factor will converge to a finite number p. We say that the product, infinite product, is convergent. And if the infinite terms are 0, then the product is divergent to 0. Okay, so the convergence or divergence of infinite product depends upon the convergence or divergence of the sequence of partial products Pn. Okay, one thing which I want to discuss is that instead of writing product n varies from 1 to infinity, we shall write product 1 plus n varies from 1 to infinity. Means instead of writing the factor as n, we shall write the factor as 1 plus n. Why? Because as we have discussed, the infinite series and product can be converted into series by taking logarithm. Okay, so if we take the logarithm of these factors, what we have, Pn is, if I write the factor in this form, then Pn will be 1 plus a1, 1 plus a2 up to 1 plus an. Okay, when we take log of Pn, it will be log of 1 plus a1 plus log of 1 plus a2 and so on up to log of 1 plus an. Okay, then we can apply the formula of log of 1 plus x or 1 minus x, whatever the term ai's are positive or negative, then we can apply successfully or comfortably the formula of logarithm, and we can convert this product into the series summation. Okay, summation of logarithms of the quantities. Log of this is this, and this can be converted into Sn. This is sequence of partial sums, and sums of the term log of a1 plus a1, log of 1 plus a2, log of 1 plus an. So this is Sn, and we'll check the convergence of divergence of this Sn, sequence of partial sums, as I have discussed in infinite series. If this is convergent, suppose limit n approaches to infinity, Sn is S. If this is convergent, suppose this is S, then Pn will be exponential of Sn. As log of Pn is Sn, so Pn will be exponential of Sn. And if limit n approaches to infinity, Sn is S, then limit n approaches to infinity, Pn is exponential S. Okay, and when limit n approaches to infinity, Sn is infinity, it implies limit n approaches to infinity, Pn is exponential infinity. Suppose it is minus infinity, it is infinity, then it is infinity, and it is minus infinity, then limit n approaches to infinity will be exponential minus infinity 0. So in all the cases, say here it is convergent, so the product is convergent, because if S is finite, this is finite, right? If it is plus infinity, again the product is divergent. If it is minus infinity, then the product diverges to 0. So you can say that the convergence or divergence of this Pn is also the same as the convergence or divergence of this Sn, and we have studied the infinite series, the sequence of partial sums, so it will be quite easy for us to discuss the infinite products by converting them into infinite series, right? So let us check the examples. First example, example number 1. Show that the infinite product, show that the infinite product (1 minus 1 upon 2 square, 1 minus 1 upon 3 square, 1 minus 1 upon 4 square, and so on is convergent. You have to check this product is convergent. Okay, I'll discuss the two methods. First, I'll make the factors easy so that some of the factors get cancelled out, and then I'll convert this product into infinite series, and then we'll check the convergence or divergence. So first, we put it into the form as I discussed, 1 plus an, n varies from 1 to infinity. Okay, now if I convert it into this form, what will be this? It is 1 minus 1 by, however here 1 plus an have no meaning until we'll express into logarithm. So you can check 1 minus 1 by 3 square, 1 minus 1 by 4 square, and so on. Okay, let us check what is Pn. Here Pn is what? Pn is 1 plus a1, 1 plus a2 up to 1 plus an. Now first we'll expand this 1 plus an. Okay, this is product 1 plus an. Now 1 plus an is what? An is 1 plus an is, see, the first term have 1 minus 1 upon 2 square. The second factor has 1 minus 1 upon 3 square. In the first factor it is 2. In the second factor it is 3. In the third factor it is 4. So in the nth factor it must be n plus 1. So 1 plus n is 1 minus 1 upon n plus 1 whole square. Right? Calculate it as, make the calculation easy, minus 1 upon n plus 1 whole square. So this is n square plus 2n plus 1 minus 1 upon n plus 1 whole square, and this is equal to n square plus 2n upon n plus 1 whole square, and this is n into n plus 2 divided by n plus 1 whole square. Make the 2 factor in the denominator as n upon n plus 1 into n plus 2 upon n plus 1. This is just like the telescoping series. Okay, n upon n plus 1 into n plus 2 upon n plus 1. Now if we want to check Pn is what? 1 plus a1, 1 plus a2, 1 plus an, and 1 plus an is n upon n plus 1, n plus 1 upon n plus 2, right? See, 1 plus an is 1 plus an is n upon n plus 1 into n plus 2 upon n plus 1. So Pn is first P1. P1 is what? N is equal to 1. It's 1 upon 1 plus 1, 2 into 3 upon 2. Put n is equal to 1. Then put n is equal to 2. It is n is equal to 2. 2 upon 3 into 4 upon 3. Okay. Then n is equal to 3. 3 upon 4 into 5 upon 4, and so on. And the nth factor will be n upon n plus 1 into n plus 2 upon n plus 1. See carefully what we have. See, this factor get cancelled out with the help of this factor. See, it will get cancelled out. Then this factor will get cancelled out. Okay, this will be cancelled out with the next factor, and in the last this factor will get cancelled out with the previous one. So just like this is exactly same as telescoping series. So it is 1 by 2 n plus 2 upon n plus 1. Okay, now we say that the infinite product is convergent if limit n tending to infinity Pn is convergent. Okay, this is finite. Why? See, the numerator and denominator contain the same power of n. So we can divide the numerator and denominator by n. What do we have? 1 plus 2 by n, 1 plus 1 by n. We have divided the numerator and denominator by n. And then we will take limit n approaches to infinity Pn. When we put limit n approaches to infinity, see, this is 1 by 2, 1 plus this is 0, and it will be 1 by 2 into 1 plus 0 upon 1 plus 0, it is 1 by 2. So limit n approaches to infinity, Pn is finite, and therefore the product Pn, which was given that 1 minus 1 by 2 square, 1 minus 1 by 3 square, 1 minus 1 by 4 square, this is convergent. Okay, now as I have told you that we can convert this product into infinite series, so we'll do that method also. Let us make this infinite product as infinite series. So here P is infinite product is 1 minus 1 by 2 square, 1 minus 1 by 3 square, 1 minus 1 by n square, and so on. This is n minus 1th term. If you want to write n plus 1th term, it will be 1 upon 1 by n plus 1 square. Okay, so see, if I take, see, first factor have 2, second factor have 3, third factor have 4. So if I start product taking from n is equal to 2 to infinity, n is equal to 2 to infinity, it will be 1 minus 1 by n square. Okay, now we'll take the logarithm of it. Log of P is log of 1 minus 1 by 2 square plus log of 1 minus 1 by 3 square plus and so on. Okay, as I take the Pn, it is up to infinity. So this product is converted into summation n varies from 2 to infinity log of 1 minus 1 by n square. Okay, now compare it. This is summation n varies from 2 to infinity. Now we shall check the convergence or divergence of this infinite series. Okay, we'll apply here this type of expression, log of 1 minus x. Okay, this type of expression is there. Here x is 1 by n square. Okay, now the formula of log of 1 minus x is what? Log of 1 minus x. What is this? This is log of 1 minus x. It is minus x square by 2 minus x cube by 3 minus x4 by 4 and so on. Okay, so it will be, this will be minus, as x is 1 by n square, so minus you can take common, 1 by n square plus 1 by 2 n raised to the power 4 plus 1 by 3 n raised to the power 6 plus and so on. Okay, I can write here 1 by n square common, and it is 1 plus 1 by 2 n square plus 1 by 3 n raised to the power 4 and so on. See, if I want to take the limit n approaches to infinity, when we take limit n approaches to infinity, all these factor will get 0, and if this term get cancelled out, if I take another sequence, suppose Bn, okay, this is summation an, write it as summation an. Okay, this is summation an, n varies from 2 to infinity, so an is log of 1 minus 1 by n square. Okay, this is log of 1 minus 1 by n square. This is an. So if I choose Bn as 1 by n square, if I choose Bn as 1 by n square and an is this, then what is an upon Bn? An upon Bn will be this, an upon Bn, it will be, see here, this is minus, when an is divided by Bn, this 1 by n square get cancelled out, and it will be minus 1 plus 1 by 2n square plus 1 by 3n 4 plus and so on. All the factor except this term contain the terms 1 upon n square, 1 upon n 4 and so on. And then we take limit n approaches to infinity. In the right we also take the limit n approaches to infinity, it will be minus 1, as these all factor will get reduced to 0. Limit n approaches to infinity, an by bn is minus 1, which is finite and non-zero. Finite and non-zero. So by comparison test fifth form, summation an and summation bn converge or diverge together. Okay. One thing I want to tell you, that the comparison tests were for the positive term series. Okay, these comparison tests were positive term series, so you can also take an as this, except this negative term. Okay, this negative term you can remove it for a while when you check the convergence, because if Sn converges to S, then minus Sn will converge to minus S. Okay, you take just this part, this will be a positive term series, and take Bn as 1 upon n square, this is also positive term series, and then find the ratio, that ratio comes out to be 1. Okay, so here I have not taken that, minus 1 comes out from all the terms, and by taking common the minus 1, every term is positive, so that test is also applicable here. Okay, so by comparison test fifth form, summation an and summation bn converge or diverge together, right? Now summation bn is what? 1 by n square, n varies from 1 to infinity, and you know this is the hyperharmonic series. Summation 1 upon n raised to the power p, which is convergent for p greater than 1. Now here p is 2, which is greater than 1, so this series is convergent, and therefore the series summation an is convergent. Okay, summation an is convergent to S, say. Okay, so log of p converges to S, and it implies p converges to exponential S. Log of p means product. The logarithm of product converges to S, then p converges to exponential S. So this is another method to solve the same question with the help of infinite series. That's all about this lecture. In the next lecture we shall study more examples related to infinite product. Till then, keep watching my YouTube channel. Thank you.